Welcome back to Vietnam in Focus. On this segment, we will take a closer look at the retail sectors in Vietnam.
In many developed markets, global retailers have been facing a changed landscape since the economic turbulence of 2009. In contrast, Vietnam's retail sector seems intact from this recession, thanks to a rise in consumer spending and confidence. However, real estate is still an obstacle, and competition remains strong both from domestic as well as foreign players.
Let's take a closer look at the story from our reporters Du Tinh and Ngọc Hoa.
A facelift. This is what happened in many big cities in Vietnam. The more apparent is in Ho Chi Minh City, the business hub of the nation. More developments changed the landscape of the city, and the retail sector also rapidly changing its facade. The country's retail look usually represented by traditional markets and individual shops, but now different varieties of retail outlets are emerging. Vietnam currently houses around 140 supermarkets, 5 hypermarkets, 20 trading centers, and also nearly 1 million square meter of floor area is currently under construction for retail business. Both domestic and foreign players continue to do well this year and have realized good profit. We plan to open another 4 hypermarkets in Ho Chi Minh City next year, with a size of more than 10,000 square meters each.
Yeah, right now we had 4 this year, and we have plans to keep that same pace of expansion, 4 or 5 stores for the next several years.
The rapid and consistent growth of Vietnam's retail market in recent years has made the country still an attractive destination to both domestic as well as multinational retailers. For the first 11 months of the year, Vietnam's retail sales are up 25% to more than $73 billion. This is according to a report from General Statistics Office. The increase has been driven by the consumer confidence, which is said to be the second highest in the world, according to a global market researcher, Nielsen.
So that was the current studying of the retail sector in Vietnam.
Yes, and it was mentioned that consumer confidence here in Vietnam drove the sales increase. Let's just have a look now here at the retail sales in 2010 and also the forecast. In 2 years, the sales volume is expected to increase by $7 billion.
The potentials, of course, pushed retailers to be more creative in expanding their market share.
The market trend is also changing with a shift in consumer behavior. One apparent sign now is how people are more willing to get fresh produce in modern retail outlets such as supermarkets and hypermarkets. I like to shop at these types of markets very much because the vegetables here are very fresh. The food is also being kept safe in a very clean environment. This opportunity is grabbed by many retail players in Vietnam, not just by giving more varieties on the shelves, but also doing outreach directly to the farmers to have more fresh produce and faster delivery.
Of 20,000 farmers, we've trained them on what we call Metro Gap, which is a quality standard, a minimum quality standard that we've worked out with the government for fruits and vegetables that we sell in the Metro stores. In the future, the very near future, the first quarter of next year, we plan to start training fishermen.
We are working with Farming Association and clean vegetable growers in both Ho Chi Minh City and Đà Lạt to get the best supply with better prices. Local and foreign players started to build direct cooperative programs just like this one in Đà Lạt City, the capital of farms and plantations in Vietnam. For farmers, direct cooperation means they have to produce higher standards of harvest, but it also means they can have a better price, hence a bigger profit.
Khi mà giá bán, nếu mà mình bán theo cho thương lái bình thường thì với một cái giá ví dụ là 3.000 thì giá của Metro thường là được thêm 30%.
Other retailers also diversify its retail distribution channels by setting up small and medium-sized food store chains near densely populated areas, targeting female shoppers. We're still expanding the current network of our supermarkets, but at the same time, we're also diversifying our business with other types of retail stores, such as convenience and food stores, in order to serve and attract different groups of consumers. Meanwhile, many foreign-invested retailers are also planning for an immediate expansion. For instance, South Korea's Lotte Group. This group has opened 2 supermarkets in Ho Chi Minh City in the past 2 years. It has also earmarked a $5 billion plan to develop a chain of 30 other stores in Vietnam over the next decade. However, market players are still facing with numerous barriers. Besides facing a fierce competition, many companies are stuck with finding desirable retail spaces.
The